Hi there, everyone. This is Attorney Candace Carr with Spectrum Title Services, offering another quick video as part of our educational series that we do. And today we're going to briefly talk about what you can expect on closing day, and this relates to both sellers and buyers. Okay, so first let's talk about sellers, a few things that you can expect to happen on closing day. First, you can expect to do a walkthrough just before the closing. If you have an agent, the agent will typically be there as well. Both the buyer and their agent will be there. And you'll do a quick walkthrough of the property so the buyer can check everything to make sure that everything is as it was when they first viewed the property. So you want to make sure that you keep the electric and the water on for this process. Okay, and you want to allow approximately 30 minutes to sign. Sometimes it'll be a little bit less. Usually it won't be more. There aren't a whole lot of documents for a seller to sign, but if you can't allow that time in your schedule, that's about what it usually takes. Now remember to bring all keys, gate remotes, garage door openers, etc. to closing. Sometimes you've given a lot of this to your agent, but if you have extras, if you have keys for different doors or, like I said, remotes, gate remotes, garage remotes, please bring all of those things to closing so they can be handed over to the buyers. Now, we do not hand out any funds, checks, or send any wires until we have the funds from both the buyer and if the buyer is getting a loan from their lender. And we also have authorization to fund from the lender. So just because we have all of the money, we may still need an additional authorization from the lender to fund. Sometimes we have to send them certain documents signed by the sellers and the buyers before they will give us authorization to actually disperse the funds. So there are several different things we have to have before we can hand out any money. Now, if you're going to want a wire for your proceeds, keep in mind that you may not receive it until the next business day. And this is going to depend on what time of day the closing is and whether we've received all of the funds from both the buyer and the buyer's lender at that time. So if you're going to close late in the day, chances are you won't receive a wire until the following day. If you close late in the day on a Friday, unfortunately, you may not have your money until Monday. Now, this is only if you want a wire. If you're going to take a check, then obviously that's something that's handed out at closing. And please bring your driver's license. There are documents that have to be notarized, and we do need to keep a copy of your driver's license. So please bring that, and please make sure that it is current, that it is not an expired license. Okay, now a couple things that buyers can expect on closing day. Again, to be part of the walkthrough, both you and your agent, like I previously talked about. Now, if you're getting a loan, you want to allow approximately 60 minutes or 1 hour to sign. The closer will often coordinate for the buyers to arrive a little bit before the sellers. That way the sellers don't have to sit there and wait while the buyers are signing all of their documents. But if you are a buyer and you're having to take some time off of work to come to closing, do allow approximately 60 minutes to sign and get everything finalized. Now, we try to give you your cash to close the day before closing or as early in advance as we can. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work that way. There are times where we don't have the final numbers from your lender until a couple hours before closing. And so I know it's frustrating and it's kind of a time crunch, but you do need to be prepared to wire your cash to close the day of closing. I mean, it may be so close in time that you come from the bank to closing, because there are situations that are out of our control and we just don't have the information we need to be able to give you that final number. Please bring your driver's license and one other form of identification. There is a form in most loan packages that does require us to fill out information from 2 different pieces of identification. So please bring your license. As I said, with the seller's side, make sure that it is current, that it's not expired, and one other form of identification, a passport, a voter registration card, a social security card. Those types of things will work. Now, if you are buying a condo and the association gave you the original certificate of approval when you went to your interview, please bring that to closing with you. It's not something you necessarily have to send us beforehand, but please do bring it to closing. Okay, so there's a couple things you can expect on the day of closing. Now, are you on our mailing list, on our email list, especially if you're an agent watching this? If you're not on our list, then you're not going to get all of the videos that are sent out. We typically send out between 2 and 3 a month of educational videos. So please visit our website, which is down below there, spectrumtitlellc.com, and make sure you get signed up so that you get all of our latest educational information. As always, if anyone has any questions about anything I talked about in this video, buyer, seller, or agent, please don't hesitate to give me a call or send me an email, and I'll be happy to talk to you. Everybody, thanks for watching. Have a great day.